Yeah. 140 for the
But the Rex get to it, ain't taking no slack, get to it. You take a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. Bro, whoa, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it. Hey.
I don't care what they talking. All I want is my Porsche. I'ma ride up clean. Look at me, I'm a false. Kill them off like a boss. Nigga, you better stop it. I'm all about my profit. I'm shooting off like a rocket.
I'm about to blow these niggas out the water. He go harder, go harder. Steph Curry, fourth quarter. All I got is my niggas. All I fear is my father. All I bring is that slaughter. But I'm on the Pearl Harbor. He ain't real, he alive. If he real, who am I? Now his ass in the fire. ISUPK till I die. Please don't cross the line. Try to stop and stop trying. Boom shop is mile wide. I'm on the grind. Let's get to it. Double time and believe. You ain't harming me, nigga. I brought a whole army of niggas. Order move with precision. Follow every order given. Let's get to it. Make it on the shit, get to it. Ain't taking no shit, get to it. You take a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. One more, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it.
You hear the truth that I'm speaking? Lot of hate for no reason. Probably don't understand. That's why I got the master plan. And all the power in my hand. Sling this shit on demand. You better watch where you stand. Just get flamed up and ain't changing up for nobody.
They're warfare, what you know about it? This ain't a rap, this a message. Ain't it real, be respected. Fake niggas like a virus. Lot of niggas infected. I came to correct it. Bought a whole bunch of soldiers. They move at my discretion. When the rebels hit the engine, all them niggas hit the exit. Them niggas get the sprint. I demand your attention. Solid nigga, I ain't folding. Plus you know a nigga hold it. Nigga, look how I'm rolling. Shorty check my demeanor. He's smooth, but I'm cleaner. Flow like Aquafina. Hit him running Serafina. Hold up. Yeah. I gotta deliver. I'm about to have a baby, but I still want a baby. Let's get to it. Nothing comes to a dream. I'm strictly getting it. I'm all about the business. Rock solid and relentless. You came to make friends. I came to make a killing. That's why I don't kill it. Leave these niggas hurting. That's why I'm fishing, nigga. You need a healing. I know you can hear me. I'm a vet, you a rookie. And Kanye, you a Donald Trump loving pussy. I'm a king, you a cook. Ain't nothing you can tell me. I'm too ready. Let's get to it, nigga.
Seriously, you're looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do His will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Win the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on Congo.
American Honor don't like no soldiers. With the spirit of the Lord, we don't like no soldiers. You understand me?
Saint, black, Hispanic, native, they hate y'all as the same. Hate Christ in their image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville when I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under YAHANNA, Amy murdered Botham and got a hug from YAHANNA. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí.
Commandant General Yahanna, I.S.U.P.K.
This is what Commander General Yahanna did. This is what he did.
First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge.
That's right.
You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Israel. This is the I.S.U.P.K. Houston under Commanding General YAHANNA. Our daily bread food drive is a tool that we use to serve and connect with our brothers and sisters. In light of their recent media coverage, we chose to focus our efforts at Wesley Square Apartments in Sunnyside, Texas. We brought out the pit and grilled hot dogs while giving away school supplies, shoes, and clothes for both children and adults. Two of our sisters also braided the young girls' hair, adding to the spirit of care and community. The turnout was greater than we anticipated, and it was truly a pleasure to serve the Lord's chosen people. This event showed once again that brotherhood is our greatest weapon.
Hey, let's clap it up, man. Get the Most High a hand. That much closer to our King's return, man. Shalom, Israel. We got the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. But we are led by the Commanding General YAHANNA, you understand? Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth about the Bible, man. The truth to our brothers and sisters. The truth that God's true chosen people are the Israelites of antiquity, are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Salakia. Salakia about that. Yeah, so we teach the truth that, you know what I'm saying, the Israelites are blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. The truth that, you know what I'm saying, God doesn't love everybody, and God had, you know what I'm saying, certain people he dealt with and certain nations he dealt with, and everybody else is just there. You know what I'm saying? You know, and also we teach that I mean, when I say just there, you know what I'm saying, the Most High he has power over the clay. The potter has power over the clay. You know what I'm saying? He can create a vessel for honor. He can create a vessel for dishonor. He can create whatever the hell he wants because he created everything. So if he wants to create a people where they're his chosen people, set apart from everybody else, a holy nation, and then he wants to create other nations that are, like I said, just there, then he can do that. But yeah, we teach that truth, and we also teach the truth that Christ was a black man. Jesus Christ wasn't a stringy-haired devil. He wasn't a soft-looking, you know what I'm saying, gentle, little boyish-looking dog man. He wasn't an Edomite. He wasn't a devil. He was a black man from the tribe of Judah, and he was hardcore, man. He was military minded. He was a man of war, just like his father, Yahweh in heaven. Yeah, man, we teach these on a daily basis. We've been teaching since 1969. It's like it. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth about the Bible. And since then, we haven't been affiliated with any other so-called Hebrew Israelite groups, man. We've been doing this thing on our own, you know what I'm saying, the way God ordained us to do it. So we're not affiliated with any of them other groups. You know what I'm saying? They not with us, we not with them. Lord be with them. You know what I'm saying? But there's only one truth, and that is the ISUPK. If you are not in the ISUPK, you are not in the truth. The ISUPK was the starter of the start of everything. All of these Hebrew Israelite knowledge that you have, all the doctrine of Hebrew Israelites was founded in the ISUPK in 1969. You know what I'm saying? So we are the home of the truth, and the truth, we have been the home of the truth, and we still are the home of the truth. Today is Wednesday, man. That's why this is the ISUPK Port Arthur and Beaumont Wednesday law class, man, where we go over scriptures in the Bible, in the King James Bible, pertaining to the law, man. Because the King James Bible, once again, is a book about the Israelites, who are us, who are black and brown people, man. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. And we are the Israelites of antiquity. So that means that this book is a book about us. This whole book is a book written for us, from our Father, to us, by us, for us, by us, like FUBU. This book is about black and brown people. It's a family affair. You know what I'm saying? Holy Bible, actually, you know what I'm saying, translated, holy comes from the Hebrew word Kodash, which means set apart. And Bible comes from the Greek word biblos, which means records. So translated, Holy Bible means set apart records. That should let you know right there, this book isn't for everybody. This is a family affair. This book is about certain people. It's not about everybody. But yeah, today we're going to get into the curses, man. The title of today's class is Punishment for Disobedience, which means, what am I talking about like that? I already gave it away. We're going to get into the curses, man. The curses in Deuteronomy. Because God, you know what I'm saying, when he made that covenant, when he made that promise with Abraham, you know what I'm saying, and then the promise with Jacob, you know what I'm saying, and then he gave us the law, statutes, and commandments. He had what's the word? Conditions, certain conditions we had to meet in order to get the promises that he gave to our forefathers. You know what I'm saying? If a father in a household today says, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get you a PS5, son. I love you and I think you deserve a PS5. You've been doing a good job. I'm gonna get you a PS5. And every time there's a new game that comes out on the PS5, you know what I'm saying? Every time a new game comes out, I'm gonna get it for you. So let's say that father gets him the PS5, and then he gets him the first game. He gets him the 2K. And then the next game comes out and he gets him Spider-Man. He gets him the new Spider-Man game. And then the next game comes out. I don't know too much about video games. The next game is God of War. Say the next game is God of War. By the time God of War comes out, the son has been doing bad in school. The son has been not doing his chores around the house. You know what I'm saying? The son has been getting into fights around the neighborhood. Well, these new what's the word I'm looking for? Not conditions, but you know what I'm saying? These new altercations that have arisen have something to do with the promise that I originally gave you when I told you I'd get you all of the new games that come out. Because now you're not being a good son no more. So I'm not going back on my word, but I told you I would get you all the games because you're being a good son. You stopped being a good son, so I'm not going to get you that God of War. That's the same thing with the promises that the Most High gave to us, the covenant. You know what I'm saying? The conditions for us to get the covenant, get the promises that the Most High gave to our forefathers is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And over time, we did not do so. But that's what we're going to get into today, man. We're going to get into the curses, and the curses are in Deuteronomy. Right after we were given, you know what I'm saying, we were given the laydown of the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Moses went to Mount Sinai, got the word from the Most High, brought it back down to the children of Israel, and told them, hey, this is what you are supposed to do. This is what you're not supposed to do. And if you get caught doing that, then this is going to happen. And this is this. These are the rules and regulations of our nation. That's what happened. And that's all. That's before Deuteronomy, actually. But Deuteronomy says, hey, mess around and find out. You know what I'm saying? Don't do what you're supposed to do, what you were told from the Most High. So we're gonna get right into it, man. We're gonna pull up the sword on the screen. Let's lock in. There we go. So we're about to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. Because the whole book of Deuteronomy 28 is, you know what I'm saying, is about the blessings and the curses. The blessings for what we do, for when we do keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and the curses for what we don't. I.e., punishment for disobedience. So, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass that if thou hearken diligently unto the Lord, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee high above all nations of the earth, above all nations, that holy people that we were supposed to be from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The people above everybody. Deuteronomy 7:6 says, we are a holy nation above all other nations on the earth. That's just the way the Most High created us to be. He gave us the law so that we would act better than them people too. So that's what it just said. If we keep the law, hearken diligently, we're going to be set above all nations. We're going to be rulers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we might have people doing what we need them to do, i.e. slaves, but we're not going to abuse our slaves like we were abused, like Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans were abused. Native Americans were damn near genocide. Were not genocide, but what's the word? You know what I'm saying? I can't think of the right word for that. The context of genocide, but it damn near was genocide for the Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? The oppressors, the devils, man. When their foot is on somebody's neck, they're gonna step down until that neck is broken, and they're gonna keep stepping down until that neck is that head is severed from the body, man. They have no control. They have no hearts, man. So a captivity, when Israel is in rulership, you know what I'm saying, slaves will be getting a lot better treatment than slaves were getting treatment when Esau was in rulership. The children of Esau were in rulership. It's going to be a whole different ball game, man. But that's another topic. We're talking about punishment for disobedience. But this is just a brief understanding about if we do keep the law, statutes, and commandments, if we do hearken to the word of the Lord and what he says to do and what not to do. If we listen diligently to that and we follow it, then we'll be above all nations of the earth. What else? What else are some blessings? And all the blessings shall come and overtake thee. Verse 2 is lucky. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Let's see a little bit more. Verse 3, blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Verse 4, blessed shalt thou be the fruit of the body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. So bless the fruit of thy body. You know what I'm saying? The fruit of thy body. What's the fruit of thy body? That's the seed, right? That's our children. That's our sons and daughters and our granddaughters and our grandchildren. You know, that's our children. That's the fruit of thy body. And blessed will they be. They're gonna come out healthy. They're gonna grow up to be strong, smart, intelligent. They're gonna have the law, statutes, and commandments. So they're gonna be wise. They're gonna show brotherhood, and they're gonna love the Lord. They're gonna be a strong nation of people. They're gonna be blessed, and the Lord will be with them. On top of that, blessed will be the increase of your cattle and all of your crops and your livestock and your everything you got. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get increase upon increase. So not only are you gonna be a healthy nation physically and mentally, but you're gonna be a wealthy nation. You're gonna be blessed, man. You're gonna be rulers of everybody. You're gonna be healthy, happy, mentally, spiritually, physically, and you're gonna be wealthy. You're gonna be overall blessed, man. You're gonna be the prince of the power that the Most High created you to be. Just like a prince and princesses of the power. But the curses, see what we're just reading right now. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 15. That's the blessings. But we getting into the curses. And yes, we are gonna go over some distinct curses that pretty much give clues, because yes, there is some people out there that disagree with black and brown people being the Israelites of the Bible. So we're gonna give in these particular curses, we're gonna give clues about how these curses fit a certain demographic of people, and it shows that these are the people that these curses are talking about. We're gonna get into it, man. So let's go right into the curses. Let's go all the way to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. So we read some of the blessings. Blessings. We understand what the blessings are. But let's start reading about the curses. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments, not the ones you want to do, not the ones you think that make sense, but what? To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. If you don't hearken to the voice of the Lord and don't do all these laws, statutes, and commandments that he hearkened this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. You'll be consumed with the curses. Let's get into the curses, man. Let's get into some of these curses. Verse 16, curse shalt thou be in the city, and curse shalt thou be in the field. Just like the opposite of the blessings, right? You know, so the blessings, we're going to be a nation of people, a healthy nation. Our children are going to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Our children, our grandchildren, our children, they're going to come out healthy. They're going to be wealthy. They're going to have increase. They're going to be blessed, and they're going to be. Our nation is going to be rulers over everybody. But here it says we're going to be cursed in the city and cursed in the field. Just like a black man or a brown man walking around in the city is looked at like scum of the earth, or he's just a hooligan. You know what I'm saying? He's just a thug. He's just a criminal. You know what I'm saying? In the city, he's looked at like that. Police want to go upside his head. You know what I'm saying? And stop him and frisk. You know what I'm saying? Police want to do that to him. Same in the field. In the field, you know what I'm saying? You get caught in the field. Some rural areas, you might not even know that it's a sundown town. You get caught in the field looking like that criminal, looking like that unwanted thug, looking like that person that's up to no good just because of the color of your skin. You might see a red truck full of some ghosts pop out. Not real ghosts, but they got sheets on their head. You might see something like that, and then that might be the last thing you see, because you cursed in the city, you cursed in the field, man. Let's go back to the scriptures. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy, verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Man, your basket, you're gonna try to go buy things. You're not even gonna be able to buy what you really want. Like they fed us, what do you call it? The basket was full of pork lard and pork intestines, and the store was full of nothing but hooves and cow hooves and chicken beaks and pork fat. That's the basket in the store that we had as slaves. And the basket in the store now, what is it? We still eating the same crap. We eating crawfish and shrimp. You know, thinking it's delicacies. We eating bottom feeders and pork, and we eating this nonsense, putting this stuff into our bodies. Even the GMO, we eating GMO pork, man. Genetically modified pork is lawful and a disgusting creature on top of one. Hold on, it's a disgusting creature. One, no, it's unlawful. One, the Most High said not to do it. It might taste good, but the Most High said not to do it. That's number one. Two, it's a disgusting creature. A pig has no sweat glands, so all the toxins in the pig's meat stays there from birth. It doesn't have no way to release toxins. So two is a disgusting creature. And three, it's genetically modified, man. They put chemicals into that pig to make the meat bigger, or to make this taste like this, or this feel like this when you're chewing it. Genetically modified pork, man. That's our basket in our store today, man. You know what I'm saying? Our basket in our store is cursed, man. We don't know what we're buying. When we're putting this stuff in our body, man, it's cursed, man. The Lord is not with it. Let me keep going. Verse 18, cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. So you're not going to have no increase like we were talking about earlier, like that wealthiness. The fruit of thy body, your children are going to come out unhealthy, malnourished. You know what I'm saying? They're going to grow up to be, you know what I'm saying, they're not going to have the wisdom of the law. They're not going to have the intelligence. When we think about generational curses, we think about generational well, I'm going to get into that later. Let me keep going. So we're not going to have the increase, and we're not going to have the healthy nation, you know what I'm saying, the children of our nation to grow up. We're not going to have that. We're going to be people that look like, it's going to look like a third world nation, a nation of people inside of a country that's not a third world nation. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing some of these ghettos and these barrios, man. We look like we in bad shape, and we are. And it's been that way since the Most High has put these curses on us. Let me go a little bit more, then I'm going to go into the curses, the particular curses. Yeah, I missed some of them. Yeah, 15, 16, I did that. I'm going to go on to some other ones. Verse 19. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. You're always going to be, you know what I'm saying, haunted, man. Your steps are haunted. Like it says in Lamentations, man. You are undesired nation. It was the nation undesired. Your steps are going to be haunted, man. They're just not, the people that are in charge are just not going to like you. And they're going to want to unalive you. And you're going to be cursed because of that. You're going to be cursed because you didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You didn't hearken to the word of the Lord diligently. And these things came about. Because the Most High is the controller of everything, right? Well, he can control if you're going to be in a healthy situation or not. He can control if your nation of people are gonna live prosperously or not. Let's keep going. Deuteronomy chapter 20. It's like Deuteronomy 28 and 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of thy wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. So vexation and rebuke and all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, is always going to be something hard to do, and you're not going to get the glory of completing it, man. You're going to be working for another person, like my Hispanic brothers, man. You're going to get on top of that. You're going to get on top of that scaffold and get real high on top of that roof, and you're going to put your life in danger, and you're going to sweat under that sun, and you're going to build houses upon houses and neighborhoods upon neighborhoods, day upon day, week upon week, year after year. And you might get enough to feed your family the crumbs, but you're not going to be able to live in none of them houses. You can say that, and then at the end of the day, you just the hired hand that helped in building it. The person that gets the credit for building it is going to be the person that owns the house. He's going to say, yeah, I had this built. Yeah, we did this, they did that, the GM contractor or whatever, and this. It's going to be devils that say this. It's going to be devils that take the credit. Your name is not even known for getting on top of that roof and hammering those wood planks together. They don't even know who your name is. But you did it. That's the work. That's the work that your hand is going to be put to do, and it's going to be vexation upon that, because you're not getting no type of what's the word I'm looking for? I just say credit for lack of time. You're not getting the credit you deserve for building that creation, and it's not even yours to live in. And vexation. Let's go back to the scriptures. Let's skip to verse 32. Getting some of these scriptures that pertain to a certain demographic of people. Because remember, like I said at the beginning of class, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's true chosen people. We are the Israelites of antiquity. But some people don't want to believe that. Some people believe that the small hat community or the Jewish man is God's true chosen people, the Israelite of antiquity. Some people even believe that, yeah, black people are Israelites, but Hamites and Africans are Israelites too. Some people believe that everybody's an Israelite. We're all Israelites. Or some people believe that it's just a certain family, like a certain bloodline of people, which is close. I'm talking about an immediate family. Like, what is it called? The Knights of Templar or something like that. Some BS crap. Some people believe all these other ideologies and all these other doctrines and all these other notions and all this nonsense. But we're about to get into today, we're about to break down how in the Bible it said that these people, the Israelites, will suffer these particular curses if they don't hearken to the verse of the Lord. So let's get into it. We're gonna see what type of people they were talking about. So Deuteronomy 28 and 32. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. So your sons and your daughters are going to be traded off as if they were currency. You're going to be in slavery, and your daughters and your sons and your children are just going to be shipped away from you. There's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. They're going to be taken. Somebody's going to buy them. Somebody's going to buy your children. They're going to be taken to somewhere where you're not able to go to, and God knows what's going to happen to them there. You know what I'm saying? And you'll have no might in your hand. You'll have no power to say against anything. You won't be able to stand against it. What's that sound like? That sounds like the aftermath of this transatlantic slave trade, the aftermath of the conquistadors, slavery in America. You know what I'm saying? That's what that sounds like to me. Yeah, you could say that the Jewish man in the Holocaust, you know what I'm saying? He saw his children get taken away from him. You know what I'm saying? And but we're gonna give you some more. We're gonna give you some more proof that the Israelites are Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and that we are the ones facing these curses. So let's go to 48. Deuteronomy 28 and 48. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron around thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So this goes physical and literal, figuratively. So like figurative and literally. That yoke of iron and serve thine enemies. If the small hat man had these enemies, I don't see them serving them now. Even in the Holocaust, they didn't serve thine enemies. You know what I'm saying? They were just rounded up, and I mean, it was a horrible thing that happened in the Holocaust, but they weren't slaves. They weren't serving thine enemies. They were hungry, they were naked, they were thirsty, but to serve thine enemies in hunger and nakedness and thirst, that sounds like slavery. And the yoke of iron has been put around Black and brown people's necks since the days in this Bible. You know what I'm saying? Roman captivity. And I'm gonna get into that too, because you know what I'm saying, you might ask, so these curses came out in the book of Deuteronomy, right after Moses gave the law to the people. So that means that we've been in captivity since Moses. And when did we go into captivity? You know what I'm saying? What happened that when did we stop obeying the law? Slovakia. When did we as a nation, you know what I'm saying, disobey the law, statutes, and commandments, and disobey the Most High, that'll want him to apply these curses to us? Well, it happened many a times, man. There was many a wicked people in Israel throughout since Moses laid out these curses for us. You know what I'm saying? We had kings like Saul, wicked kings like Saul, wicked kings like Ahab. We had the sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas. We had even right after, you know what I'm saying, Moses came down from Mount Sinai, we had wicked Israelites in the congregation making a golden calf, man, worshiping other gods, man. Then in the time when Christ walked the earth, we had Pharisees and Sadducees. Yeah, these were Black and brown people. The Pharisees and Sadducees were Black and brown people. Just like today, we got pastors, Christian pastors, and politicians. You know what I'm saying? Wicked people amongst Israel, man. Wicked people that don't care about serving the Lord, man. Only care about their own hearts, their own selfish needs, their own lusts. They are of their father, the devil. And as just like him, their lust they seek. I'm paraphrasing, it's a lot, kid. But yeah, we had over time, you know what I'm saying, the Most High seen us, you know what I'm saying, messing up and messing up and messing up. So he applied the curses to us. He applied the curse to us. He kept applying, and he lightened up saying, okay, are they going to get it now? No, they're not going to get it yet. Are they going to get it now? No, they're not going to get it yet. And now, you know what I'm saying, now we're still facing these curses. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying about generational curses, people today might say black and brown people suffer the generational curses of, you know what I'm saying, not be like intelligence is, maybe they say, you know what I'm saying, intelligence and sickness and school systems and not being wealthy and whatnot, and not having their own land, and these are bad things that we're suffering. But the real generational curses that we're suffering is when, you know what I'm saying, we dress up like James Bond and a suit and a tuxedo, not tuxedo, but in a suit and a little vest and a suit and tie and nice shoes, and go on Sunday and worship white Jesus. You know what I'm saying? The real curse that we're suffering is when, you know what I'm saying, we wake up and roll a blunt and wake and bake and put that poison into our bodies and kill ourselves mentally and physically. You know what I'm saying? The real generational curse is when we at the club and we unalive our own brothers because he took your girl or because he spilled a drink on your J's. Those are the real generational curses. That's us not being what we're supposed to be as a people. You know what I'm saying? We can't blame everything on the oppressor. We can, because the oppressor, not everything. We can blame a lot on the oppressor, because the oppressor doesn't have to press down on our neck, like I said in the beginning of class. But the oppressor was just a whipping stick. He was just a tool used by the Most High to punish us. Here, we're gonna get into it some more. Like I was just saying, the yoke of iron around our neck. I didn't even get into that. But where did a Jewish man have a yoke of iron around his neck? When did he ever? Never. And even the yoke of iron could be figuratively. You know what I'm saying? That yoke of iron is Christianity, keeping you from knowing the truth about the Bible, keeping you from knowing the truth about your people. Because a yoke of iron is a big piece of metal around the neck, and they put it around a slave. And then if the slave tried to do a move where he was going to hurt the slave master or try to run away, then you just pull one of the handles on the yoke and you put that slave, you control his neck and you control everything about him. And you can make sure he stays right there and picks that cotton or does whatever he needs to do right there. You control him by his neck. That's what a yoke of iron is. Figuratively, we have a yoke of iron around our neck. Figuratively, we have Christianity. You know what I'm saying? We have money. So we have what the hypnotism of the media. You know what I'm saying? And the portrayal of the agenda of what's good of what the oppressor wants us to think is good. We're not thinking about what the Most High wants for us. It's like, let me get back to these scriptures. So we're gonna get a couple more, just to say how Israel is these people that these curses apply to. I'm gonna keep going. Go to the next verse here, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A strange nation, right? That's Esau, right? They came from the other end of the earth. They came from somewhere else, Mount Caucasus. We're not talking about Germany. We're not talking about Germany and the Palestinians or whatever the small hats are. Those are the same people. They're the same racial stock. You know what I'm saying? They're all white people. You know what I'm saying? Here we're talking about a whole nother nation of people, a whole nother people, a type of people, and they come from the other end of the earth. We can't even understand their language. We can't understand what they're talking about, and they come and they're fierce. Well, I don't think I got that far yet. Let's go to the next verse. Here it is, verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. So these people from the other side of the earth, they're gonna come over here, and we don't know what they're talking about. We don't understand them, and they're gonna just be fierce on us. They're not gonna show favor to our old or our young. And I mean, now today, fast forward, that's what I just read sounds like the transatlantic slave trade, but today they still don't have a they still don't show favor to the old or the young. They unalive us if we're old, put a knee on our necks if we're an old man that can't breathe, George Floyd, or they'll kill us if we're a young man looking like we're up to no good, or troublemaker because he was wearing a hoodie, Trayvon Martin. They don't care about how old you are, how young you are. They hate you. They have a perpetual hatred for you. And these people are not supposed to be in charge, man. But the Most High let them be in charge. Why? Because we didn't hearken diligently into the word of the Lord. We had Pharisees and Sadducees. We had politicians and pastors. We had worshipers of golden calves. We got to get it right, Israel. These going over these curses should be a wake up to say, what can I do personally? What can I do to change people around me in my circle so that we can start getting it right? And then when my circle, somehow the circles around my circle see my circle getting it right, then their circles want to get it right too. And then it's like pay it forward. We grow as getting it right. Everybody's getting it right at one point. And then at that point, we don't have to suffer these curses anymore. The Most High don't want us to suffer these curses anymore. How do we get it right? How do we get it right? We come into these walls, man. We come into these classes. We put on that all black and we kill that old man. We call that number up on the bottom of the screen, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Because since 1969, we have been doing what God wants us to do. You know what I'm saying? We have been trying to be true followers of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to the scriptures. Yeah, we're going to skip to 64 now. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. I think this is another one that gives us proof talking about the ships, right? No, this is not that one. That's the last one I'm going to pull. So this one is talking about, worshiping the wrong thing. Worshiping other gods. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth, even unto the other. So we got black and brown people all over the earth. You know what I'm saying? We got black and brown people in Africa. We got black and brown people in China. We got black and brown people in America, black and brown people in UK. Hell, I don't even know. It might be some black and brown people in Alaska. But they're all over the earth, right? They're not a family no more. They're not a tight-knit family, close to each other, able to celebrate the Passover with one another. They're not close to each other, able to make sure no harm comes to the one on the edge or whatnot. And I'm damn sure not able to make sure that we're not messing up, because we got people in Africa serving African gods. I'm gonna keep on to the scripture. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So we serving gods on all of these edges of the earth. On all these edges, on different ends of the earth, we serving these different guys that our fathers didn't know. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob didn't know these guys. We serving Buddhism. We in China, there's black people in China being Buddhists. is black people, you know what I'm saying, being Muslim. It even says that, even wood and stone. Wood is that wooden crucifix, right? That crucifix we want to worship so much. That white Jesus, because a crucifix is really just a torture device. To annotate that with our King and our Savior, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, it's almost like saying, if my little brother died from a AK-47, then I'm going to remember him by putting an AK-47 around my neck. Or I'm going to wear shirts with AK-47 saying, that's for my little brother. Nah, you remember Christ, not by how he did die a painful death for us. But that's just a torture device. It shouldn't be a monument of worship. And stone, right? What's stone? That's that cobblestone, right? That Muslim thing, that Islamic thing that you walk around and kiss. You know what I'm saying? How the Muslims kiss that little stone. These are other gods that we worship. You're not supposed to worship these other gods. You're supposed to worship the Most High Heaven, the God of Israel, man. He's our God. We all around the earth worshiping. Like I said, man, you know what I'm saying? It's generational curses aren't worrying about, oh, my grandbabies don't have a farm. My grandbabies don't have land. Oh, that's a generational curse. I got to break the generational curse by going to college and earning land. No, you break the generational curse by stop worshiping white Jesus. You break the generational curses by start listening to the Most High God, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Those are the real generational curses. No more smoking weed in the morning. No more having an unk around your neck and burning sage. That's how you break the generational curses. Those are the real generational curses. Let's go back to the scriptures. A couple more. So we're going to pull one more scripture in the curses. All these curses like I said, the Deuteronomy chapter 28, 1 through 15 is the blessings. And then the rest of the chapter, the rest of Deuteronomy 28, 15 all the way to 68, I believe, is the curses. 54 verses full of curses. Good night. We're going to go to 68 now. This is the one right here. This is the one that talks about that pretty much says black and brown people. I mean, all of them do really. But if this one you can't deny. Listen to the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So what is Egypt? I mean, that's why we have this. You know what I'm saying? We have tools like this. We do our research. You know what I'm saying? We research around the Bible with other references. You know what I'm saying? Solid, concrete references. This is a compact Bible. This is a Zondervan compact Bible dictionary. And I'm about to look up Egypt in this Bible dictionary. Because the Bible dictionary gives us biblical definitions of words so that we understand them better when reading the scriptures. This is the Zondervan compact Bible dictionary definition of Egypt. Country northeast of Africa, also called country of Ham, watered by Nile, the longest river in the world, the annual overflow of which is of the greatest importance to the country because of the almost complete absence of rain. Country divided into Upper and Lower Egypt. Lower Egypt including the Delta area, Nile Valley, and Delta bounded by desert called, okay, here it goes, called Mizraim by Israelites. Mizraim, it says Mizraim here, but Matazraim is what it's trying to say. Matazraim by Israelites. Ruler called Pharaoh. Religion polytheistic. Religion polytheistic. Gods, Ptah, Ra, Thum, Ammon. So in Egypt, they were ruled by Pharaoh and they served multiple gods. That's polytheistic. The word I'm having trouble pronouncing. Powerful empire in Old Testament times. Granary of Roman Empire and cultural center in New Testament times. Held Israel in bondage for centuries until appearance of Moses. There you have it, man. Held, that's what the definition of Egypt says in the Bible dictionary. A place where Pharaoh is the ruler. You know what I'm saying? They worship multiple gods. Israel calls them Matazarayim, which pretty much means bondage, and is noted for having Israel in bondage for centuries until Moses appeared. So that's why we, in the Bible, when we see the word Egypt, we kind of take that with bondage. So here, let's read Deuteronomy 28 and 68 again. But we're going to remember that Egypt is associated with the word bondage. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt, or into bondage again with ships. Okay, so we're going into bondage again with ships. That sounds like the transatlantic slave trade. That sounds like the conquistadors. You know what I'm saying? Let me continue. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. No man shall buy you. Well, you know what I'm saying? Today, blacks and brown people, we're still slaves. You know what I'm saying? The law lightened up a little bit so that we don't have to, you know what I'm saying, get our backs beaten while we're picking cotton, but we're still picking cotton. We're still working a 9-to-5 to feed our family. You know what I'm saying? We're not being abused as much, even though we are being unalived in these streets. But we're not just, the laws have lightened up a little bit. But we were never sold. I'm saying we were never bought. No man has never bought us. As far as the smallhead man, after the Holocaust, weren't they given reparations? Didn't a nation of people buy them and say, hey, what happened to you was wrong, so we're going to give you this land? Didn't that happen? It just said right there, no man shall buy you. The small-head man was bought. The only way out of this captivity is, you know what I'm saying, when our King Yahweh shall return and helps us out of this. I got a couple more precepts, but I'm just going to bring one because there is an end to it, and we got to be able to get it right to see it get right. I'm gonna take us to Jeremiah 31 and 31. Talk about this covenant, right? The new covenant, the forgiveness of us messing up, not listening to the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, not hearkening diligently, but being forgiven for not hearkening diligently. Let's check it out. So we're gonna go to Jeremiah. (31 and 31). This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. So there you have it. We broke that first covenant. That first covenant saying, if you listen to me, you're going to get this. But if you don't listen to me, you're going to get the whooping stick. We got the whooping stick. We broke the first promise. We broke the first covenant. But now check it out. Something new going to happen. We're talking about a new covenant now, right? Not that covenant that you're already broken. Verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. The Most High is going to put his law in our inward parts, man, and our most deepest feelings. The law, statutes, and commandments is going to be there. We're going to live by them. That sounds like the beginning of the kingdom of heaven, a place where nobody goes against the laws of the God, where nobody stands and opposes the Most High God of Israel. You know, the law is kept, brotherhood is shown, and we are happy people. We back on top. We back in rulership of the world. We back with the healthy, the fruit of our body is going to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Our seed is going to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Our children and our children's children are going to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be intelligent. They're going to be wise, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and we're going to have increase upon increase. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be our cattle and our increase of our flocks and our livestock and our cattle and our herds and our crops. It's all going to be good. We're going to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. We're going to be on top again. That's the kingdom of heaven. That's when Christ comes back. New Jerusalem. But yeah, with that, man, pretty much we went into a little bit of the curses and why we're there and why we are where we are, where we're going to go if we get it right, and how we got where we are. You know what I'm saying? Water for joining. We're going to cut it there. I'm going to get into these security announcements, and we're gonna close out. Here we go. This is ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, start out on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, found in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, first day of the 7th month, Sunday, the 21st of September, 2025, can be found in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And these are the security announcements. So with that, I'm going to say I.M.A.D.I.M, which means to stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers and then to the sisters. Men of Israel, I.M.A.D.I.M Shabbat. I.M.A.D.I.M. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Yadi Matah. Sar, trying to hear sisters. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I.M.A.D.I.M Shabbat. I.M.A.D.I.M. Barak. Yahweh Shemar Alathan Ba'Hashem Yahushua. Yadi Matah. Class dismissed.